Well, I'm coming in hot yet again, like a lot of recent videos. If you're new here, buckle up. This is going to be an SP car video, and it's not going to be surprising, the information that or my opinion that I share in this video, if you know how I usually talk about SP issues. But if you're new to this channel, what I say might really offend you, or it might be extremely helpful. So I apologize. I do not mean to offend. However, I do mean to coach. Because for people who have SP issues or other interpersonal issues, I coach people on this subject. Like, really coach. Not like email coaching or, I say go read some affirmations. Like, I coach on it. So I have strong feelings and strong convictions based on my experiences working with people on it, and based on what I've seen in the SP community. So that's all a preface, right? And if you do have SP issues and if you want to talk to me, I'm very willing to have a brief phone conversation, Zoom conversation with you, to see if I can be any help. This is the question I got. And again, I'm not trying to offend, but I'm going to come down pretty hard in this with my response here, I think. Hello, I'll try to be as brief as possible. So I discovered the law since January 2023, trying to manifest an SP. I studied and understood that all I need to do is change me. The law does the rest. Today I booked a session with a coach to observe my state. She sabotaged me by telling me that my SP manifestation could take a year and that my SP could choose not to reach out. Do you have any comment on this? And I replied that I would make a video about it if they wanted me to, and see if Cecilia and Maggie wanted to make videos too. Cecilia and Maggie said, we are not making videos about this. So here's my video. They sent a follow-up response, which is a little bit longer, which is, hello. So the story is like this. I discovered the law and tried to manifest my ex back. I was doing techniques to get him back, not to change me. I had some movement, but I wasn't in the state. I lost him back to a competition, and then I stopped watching YouTube and started reading Neville's material. I think that English is not this person's first language, so I assume that I lost him back to a competitor or someone else is the interpretation I got there. Anyway, stopped watching YouTube, started reading Neville's material. I understood that I have to change me, not anything outside, even the SP. I stopped the obsession and things started to shift within me. I felt the wish fulfilled and I was relaxed and thought maybe I would get a coach to observe me. Since they know, with a capital K, they know they can ask questions and know my state from my answers. But this coach started telling me it might take a year, that he can refuse to contact me, that I should reach out to him. Also, she didn't focus on observing my state. She asked about our situation in the 3D. The session traumatized me and definitely knocked me out of my state. Thanks for keeping my identity unknown, of course. So this summates up a lot of the issues that people in this community have. And let's start with the good. So this person, realized that they should stop watching YouTube videos about manifesting SPs. That's fucking good. Good place to start. They started reading Neville's material. Other good thing to do. Read good old Nev. I understood that I have to change me, not anything outside, even SP. That's it. That is great. That's the recognition. You realize that you're a long ways towards your fulfillment on this issue. Now, what I would say, which is totally unsurprising if you know my stuff, is you want to change you, of course, right? But you want to change yourself until you realize you're the SP. You're the entire focus. In a good way, in a loving way. If you love yourself more, if you recognize if you feel the love within yourself for that person that you want to manifest as being the love you have for yourself as well, and it's just this beautiful, compassionate type of love. It's a givingness, not a havingness or takingness, a givingness. In this givingness, you can spread that kind of love to the person you want to manifest. I have no problem with that. And more importantly, you can give this to yourself. But here's the thing. If you do that, you're not trying to manifest a specific person back into your life if they don't want to be there. You are not trying to do that. I really, really recommend not trying to manifest a specific person, a certain person that you were previously in a relationship, back into your life in any way except through like giving love. Being like, I love you. I would love to be in a relationship with you still. You can think that, that's fine. But irregardless of what our relationship status is, irregardless of whether I ever see you again, I love you and I wish you the best. And if you're with somebody else, wonderful. And I'm so happy for you. And I'm happy for that other person. That's pretty good if you can do that. Most people have trouble doing that. And because of that, you just take the focus off of that other person. You just, when you think of them, generally speaking, you wish them the best. You wish them love. And then you give that love that you thought you wanted from the other person. You give that to yourself. And this isn't like, you just do it. For most people, it's not as simple as doing that. Like, you work through it till you get to that point. You process your feelings until you realize, you know what, the SP I really want, that I really need in my life. And I spoke about this the other day. I'll put a link above. The SP I really need in my life is me. Of course, it's always been me. It hasn't been this other person. Yeah. And I can stop listening to all this crazy SP advice I hear on YouTube because it's just not right. It doesn't feel right. It feels manipulative. It feels like you're trying to finagle another person into your life and they don't want to necessarily be there. That's just not how to operate, in my opinion. That's certainly not following the golden rule. Do unto others what you would want done to yourself. Now, if you're loving the other person, irregardless of whether you're in a relationship with them, irregardless of whether you're going to even see them again, if you're sending them love when you think of them and sending love to yourself, well, that's pretty good. That's the golden rule. So that's great, that recognition. I would just go back to doing that. Change you, not change DSP. Not changing the SP, just changing yourself means you might not get the SP back. And you got to come to terms with that. It's the work. That's the work. That's what I work with people on when, people come to me with SP issues. That's the work. Let's go over some of the bad stuff. I felt the wish fulfilled. The wish fulfilled is love, basically, in all SP situations. Love, the wish fulfilled, fulfillment, love, okay? And I was relaxed and thought maybe I would get a coach to observe me. Fine, sure. If you want to get a coach to observe you, you can. in that situation. But if you feel it, if you feel the love, if you feel what you want to feel, you don't need a coach at that point, unless you, I guess, in this situation you want a coach, fine. This I don't understand. Since they know with a capital K, what do they know? The coach doesn't know anything, including me. Coaches are facilitating, they're trying to help you, but they don't know with a capital K. Nobody knows with a capital K, as far as I'm concerned. Since they know, they can ask questions and know my state from my answers. You can a coach picks up on that. They pick up on where you're at. Sure. But that, I don't understand why, if you felt good beforehand and you generally predominantly felt good, if you did, why you would get a coach to observe you then and ask, because a coach is going to ask questions. That's how they get a sense and know you with a lowercase k. They're not this like omnipotent, brilliant coach. Nor was Neville. People aren't mind readers. They're trying, especially a coach. They're trying to get a sense of where you are at, right? So by going to a coach, you wanted to get tested, basically. And this coach, from what I'm reading here, it sounds like they did what I would have done pretty much. Sounds like they did everything pretty much right. This coach started telling me it might take a year. Absolutely, it might take a year to feel better, let alone a manifest SP. Hell, you want the truth. The truth is you might not manifest the SP, period. But it might take a year, sure, of inner work, for sure, to feel better about the situation, to recover from the situation, to heal from the situation, to grow from the situation. It might take a year. That's good coaching. A good general statement in general. That he can refuse to contact me, that the SP can refuse to contact you. Absolutely. Of course they fucking can. What, are we trying to manipulate them to contact you? You can do robotic affirmations and do other bullshit like that. I mean, I'm all for robotic affirmations for certain things, but you can use these tools in manipulative ways to get them to contact you. Sure. But why would you do that if you're giving love and coming from a place of givingness? So of course he can refuse to contact you. Grow up. That's his fucking right. And then the coach said, and that I should reach out to him. This coach gave great advice. You should reach out to him. You want to know where he's at? Where he is at? You fucking talk to him. You talk to him. And if you're unwilling to talk to him, fine. Or if he doesn't want to talk to you, well, at least he doesn't want to talk to you then. So yeah, it might take a year. It might not happen, frankly. That's good advice from the coach. He can refuse to contact you. That's good advice from the coach. And you should reach out to him to figure out what's going on as best you can in the 3D. Great advice from this coach. Also, the coach didn't focus on observing my state. She asked about our situation in the 3D. Well, what the fuck does that mean? I'm sorry. I don't mean to come down so hard, but like, she observed your state by how you reacted to the questions that she asked you. She was coaching you. She was consulting you, trying to get a sense of what's going on. That includes your state. She's observing your state because she doesn't know with a capital K. She's trying to get a sense by observing how you're answering the questions and how you're reacting, how you're telling her how you feel. This session traumatized me and definitely knocked me out of my state, is what you wrote. No fucking shit. And that's because you're not serious about doing the inner work when you explain it like this. And this is the case for so many people with SP issues. I'm sorry, but it's like you asked my opinion. You asked me to comment on this. I'm fucking commenting. Sounds like the coach did a good job. I'm glad to hear that there's some coaches out there asking these questions when they start. Because I hear all these horror stories about SP coaches and giving bad advice. This coach gave was asking the right questions. They were coaching you up. Trying to get a sense. And I'm sorry the session traumatized you, but it traumatized you because you believed a bunch of dumb fucking YouTube SP advice. I assume you're a good person and that you want to be in a loving relationship. That means you don't manipulate the guy that you used to date or be with. It means you love him to the best of your ability and you start loving yourself more. And I'm sorry that I sound like a hard ass. And I hope I am not, just, rubbing sand in the wound of your experience with this coach. But the coach was right. And what I'm saying is bitter medicine. But if you listen to it, it might help. Because I have a feeling you're a good person and you mean well. Act like it. You deserve that. You deserve that. And the fact that this coach asking you questions knocked you out of your state tells you a lot. Consider that a good thing. Shows you where you're at. Now take your time, be gentle with yourself, but work on feeling that true wish fulfilled, that feeling of love. And, more of a sense of relaxation and flow and ease about the situation. Work on feeling that more, and that will help heal your SP wounds. And maybe he will come back, maybe he won't. And you certainly can, and in my opinion, should reach out to him if you want to get a sense of where he's at in the 3D. All right, my wife and 19-month-old want to go shopping. I hope that helped. If you have any questions or like more tough love coaching, I can be reached at info@radicalcounselor.com.